You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, and co-host, Keelan Harvey on Alternative Talk AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage experts, Tina Mitchell and Keelan Harvey.
You are listening to The Money Hour on 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, May 29th show. You can also catch our show on podcast, our Facebook premiere show, or listen to our show on our show YouTube channel. I am your host, Tina Mitchell.
And I'm your co-host, Keelan Harvey.
We are here to help you build a strong financial blueprint, 1 week and one show at a time. If you are hearing our show at a different time or day, you are listening to a rebroadcast. We can answer any questions or connect you with the guests that we have on the show today. Please call the show at 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. And now our conversation with John Vuong of Local SEO Search, why you need SEO right now today, right here on 1150 AM KKNW.
So John, let's start at the very, very beginning. How did you start your company?
Bootstrapped, having an idea of trying to serve businesses, which are the root and foundation of every community, and actually worked at Yellow Pages for 5 years, met thousands of business owners, and they were the best humans alive. So I wanted to help them get more value, generate more return on investment, but ultimately help these hardworking individuals get a solid footprint online digitally.
What a great thing to be able to come in and really have the perfect market of people that you want to contribute and help. So John, can you share how SEO, search engine optimization, works?
Yeah, like there's over 200 signals that Google's looking for, but most importantly, you have to really look at your digital asset, which is your website. What does it serve for your business and what does it serve for your customers? And how do you position your business to be a thought leader or authoritative websites in the eyes of the customers and Google? So you always have to figure out different keywords, figure out what's going on in the industry, the services that you offer, the products, and also all the keywords that rely on that journey of when someone's typing in a service or product that they're intending to purchase or whatnot. And then you have to position yourself because there's a lot of competition. There's billions of websites, or within your area, thousands of major competitors. How do you outrank them? How do you figure things out so that you get on that first page on the map or below? And that's what search engine optimization truly does. It does wonders for a lot of small business owners because we are the engine that keeps on giving by bringing equity into that business website asset piece that a lot of people don't even think about. They build a website, they build a business, but not understanding that website can be an inbound lead gen source for your business if done right. And a lot of people don't invest truly and smart on where they are spending their money on advertising dollars or marketing. So I really want to push to a lot of small business owners that you can compete online if you have a good partner or a good company or agency or freelancer or independent contractor that can help guide you the right direction so that you're positioned well online.
John, I love that. A lot of people think just website, they think billboard, and don't think anything about the functionality and the bringing your customers to action and for your benefit. So that is huge for those business owners out there that are listening to us now. What about local SEO? What's the difference?
The big difference is that map. A lot of people are searching and they might be looking for a product or a service. And the key is most people are always information gathering. They're checking out reviews, they're checking out products, and they're gonna do a lot of due diligence. But when they're ready to buy, you usually shop locally. You usually don't leave your 2, 4, 5 mile radius, right? When you buy a product or a service, like a dentist or a tradesperson or whatnot. And that's what I mean by like making sure that you own your local space. And that's what I mean by what we offer here is we support the small, medium-sized businesses that do service a 50 to 100-mile radius. And we want to position them so that they dominate that space. And that's enough business for a lot of business owners, but they don't know how to cultivate it. So they spend a lot of money on paid ads or social media ads and email behavioral ads and even billboards online, drip campaigns, and also traditional ads and trade shows and all these other forms. But that website should be the biggest asset piece, and a lot of people don't even take advantage of it. So that's what I'm trying to bring to the table in terms of local.
Yeah, in my coaching course that I offer, I always talk about not your targeted market, but your perfect market. And so in the local and dealing with SEO, really being able to dial in by that demographic in their perfect market. I love that. So John, let's talk about what the most important factor for SEO ranking.
Okay, so there's not just one because there's over 200 signals, right? But I still believe that that website should be for the perfect ideal persona of perfect client of yours. If you start producing content and positioning yourself to speak directly to your ideal customers, that's what I would do when you build a website, which means you should already know how to run a business and you already have some really loyal, ideal customers that are paying you revenue. Once you have that, then you can put together a good, compelling website that speaks directly to your customers, like ideal avatar customers, that answers every question and problem that they may have online. And then you put together great website content with all the reviews and testimonials and blogs and service pages and whatever before, after pictures, whatever you serve as in your community, so that you position yourself as a leader in your space that resonates to your ideal customers. And when you do all that correctly, you're going to get an inbound funnel of ready to buy customers of your ideal customer base.
So, and everybody wonders this. Google is a mythical creature. What is Google looking for when it's actually ranking a website?
Factors, a lot of signals. And first thing you need to realize is what's the purpose of Google? They're trying to match you with the best websites so that you continue going back to Google. So it's all about user intent. And you, as a user of Google, you're trying to trust Google because you believe that they're doing their best job figuring things out and matching you with the website. So you, as a business owner who has a website, you need to figure out what your customers want and what the users are looking for. And therefore, I think content, but there's all these pillars, right? Like authority. How do you position yourself as a leader? If you're a dentist and there's thousands of dentists locally, what makes you different? Your story? Are you a speaker? Are you an author? Are you contributing content? What are you doing outside of the norm? And that's what differentiates yourself. And that's what you need to start aspiring to become if you want to be a thought leader in any space, especially in your local community.
I love how you mentioned story, John, because it is so true. And that's why I was so excited listening to the two of you on our panel conversation with the first question, because it was right on your story, your life from a child or your life experience. Well, for you, John, and then Bill, with your mom, Bill, your stories, I was actually reading your bio. It brought me to tears. You may have not noticed, but I was getting ready to, so that's bringing in your story. So if you're listening today and you don't know your story, nothing to do with business, your own personal story and how that brought you into your line of work, you need to figure it out. And if you don't know that, maybe you're not in the right line of work because there can't be passion behind what you do if there's not a story connected to it. So John, Google likes to change things up. How often does Google's algorithms change and how do you stay on top of it?
There's changes on a daily basis, not times, on average, a day. And therefore, that's why we have a lot of tools, software, blogs, community, and we're reading all the time. So you have to be in that growth mindset of continual learning in this space. And so for me, I feel like I'm in the perfect space. I love absorbing content. I love challenging myself, and I'm never stagnant. So if you want predictability, this is not the space you want to be in. But for me, I think it's the challenge. I get a thrill from helping businesses that rank. And therefore, I have a lot of tools to see what's going on in the competitive landscape, what Google is doing, and how you can compete to outrank your competitors. And therefore, that's how we outcompete all of our major competitors, right? Because if you're a client of ours, we really want to help you because I really care about small business owners. And that's the difference. By working with an agency that understands you, understands your metrics and your deliverables, and what you're truly after will give you a competitive edge. And just finding a good fit really resonates with a lot of businesses.
John, what type of content specifically is most important for an SEO? What should these businesses be focusing on and presenting?
So a lot of people also ask about frequency, depth, length, and what form of content. I say, listen to your customers. Where do they consume content? What content do they want to consume? Is it video, audio, images, or written? And then position yourself as a leader. So really focus on depth, well-researched, position yourself to answer those problems in a level that resonates with them. Therefore, it's not about frequency, it's about context and depth and research. So spend more time answering problems that your customers have. And that's really user intent focused Q&A. And when you have all that on your website, it actually positions you as a leader, which a lot of people don't even think about.
Yeah. So, John, let's talk about the difference between SEO and PPC, paid Google ads.
Big difference.
Yes.
PPC is pay per click, which is at the top of the search engines where all these business owners are bidding for these keywords where they want to position themselves at the top. However, it's limited to budget and frequency and radius as well. With the organic listings, there's also some constraints, but a lot more competition, unlimited clicks, but 100% more visibility because you're there working for that website is working for you 365 days a year, 7 days a week. And you get abundance more traffic because the profile people clicking on ads are different than the profile people clicking on the map and below, which is the organic section. And what you're trying to do is get more visibility with ready to buy customers who know the difference between shoppers who usually click on paid ads and real customers who are further down the buying cycle, clicking on the map and below.
John, we are down to 1 minute. I could go on for days asking you questions here. We'll have to definitely have you back, but we're down to 1 minute. And I'm sure this question is ringing for everybody. How long does it take typically to get results?
I love that question. I get it every single day, at least a dozen times. And it all depends because we have to look at your situation. What have you done previously? Who are your major competitors? What keywords do you want to rank for? And is it competitive or low-hanging fruit? So I would have to take a look at your current state, your situation, who you're competing with, which markets, and that will give me a benchmark on based on my success. So I always say from 1 month to a couple of years, and it all depends on your situation. So I know that's not the best answer, but it's an honest answer.
You need an honest answer because as you've already said here today, it's based on your reputation that you've built online. And if you don't have one, it's going to take some time. You're going to have to do some work because there's work involved as well as how much are you willing to put into it to get the content out there. Because John can't write your content for you. It's your content. He can help advise on how to put it together. But John, thank you so much for being here. Such an important thing and service that you offer and really helping businesses to level up their lead generation, getting to their perfect market. So thank you again for being here with us today.
Thank you so much again. Thank you.